Hey everyone, DFA here, welcome back to the channel, and we're taking a look at the third video of my USN Battleships Hybrid Battleships guide. We're taking a look at the second world record gameplay for the Delaware, the Tier 9 American hybrid battleship. So the first part of the series was about the Nebraska and team dynamics. The second part was about the Delaware and how you actually have to manage those squadrons of planes. And yeah, this is kind of another example of how you essentially play that thing, position yourselves, and manage those squadrons. So the first thing I'm going to do, because this is a game with the CV, I do have a Taiho on my team, and that is amazing. That is typically the kind of ship that you want on your team when you are playing the Delaware, because this thing is going to be setting fires and floods like there is no tomorrow. I'm not super happy when I see I would say a German CV, because those are typically not very good at that. But yeah, when you have a Japanese or an American one, hello, this is going to be amusing. And so we've already baited the enemy fighter squadron of the enemy CV. We're hunting down its planes, and you see, as always, every time I take a shot, I'm kind of going into observation mode to see what's happening, see if our CV is actually setting ships on fire or flooding them, and always maintaining awareness of what's happening in the game. So yeah, we do have a Duncan, an Atlantico, and a Chapayev there. So the Taiho does not set the Chapayev on fire, so maybe it's going to flood one of these battleships. Let's maybe take a look. And the Duncan is flooded, so that's actually pretty good. It means I can send my dive bombers, but he doesn't seem to actually be able to damage con. So I'm holding a little. I don't think he has a damage con ready, so I'm going to send my planes anyway, and we will make the most of it. So I'm waiting for this guy to come there. I'm going to position myself slightly differently, because I do not want to expose myself too much to that Atlantico, and I kind of want to be in a situation where I'm in a 1 versus 1 with the Duncan, and sure enough we do get a triple fire on this guy. And unfortunately the Atlantico decides not to follow him anymore, but he decides to press on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus the Duncan show broadside to him, because I'm really not worried about him, and I'm going to bow tank the Atlantico at this stage. So yeah, I did say that the Delaware was a little bit more accurate than the Nebraska, and it hits like a truck. And just look at that Duncan, which actually at full life 7 hits and 1 citadel later. Oops. So too bad I was actually not showing you the salvo there, because it must have been fabulous. But yeah, the Delaware, unlike the Nebraska, it's where the ship really hits like a truck and actually can put things on target. So it's actually pretty cool for that reason. So yeah, unfortunately the triple fires on the Duncan did not last very long. He immediately damage code them. So yeah, again, that can happen, you know. You cannot always control everything. We're going to finish that Duncan, and we're going to focus on rejoining our team. There you go, bye-bye. Baiting the enemy fighters again and see where it takes us. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead of my CV, protect him with AA, because I see that the enemy CV is actually focusing him, and that's what he should do. And that Chapayev just damaged con, so let's see if we can actually set him on fire. So always watch what's happening around you. Every time you've shot a salvo, go into, I would say, plane mode to observe what's happening, to really get a better understanding of the situation. But unfortunately no fires for us, so yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Yes, so far we had 3 fires on the Duncan, but he managed to damage con them. Then when that Chapayev was actually on a cooldown, we did not get any fire. Yeah, it is what it is, you cannot really always get it right, but we are going to run away from that Atlantico. We're going to keep it at range, because honestly, yeah, that's probably one of the last things you want to brawl in the open seas like that. So yeah, I do have hit points, so I can use them, that's absolutely fine, but I don't want to stick, because there are 3 ships of the enemy team there, and I actually want to get a little bit closer to my battleships. So I'm going to the left part of the screen. We are still not actually too far behind, so it's a pretty good situation actually. And there we have a Friedrich der Grosse, absolutely not looking at those 2 battleships right in front of him. Let's send a salvo in his direction. Yeah, that typically would not be my favorite target for the guns, but it certainly would be a great target for the planes. Unfortunately, oh, what the fuck did I do there? So yeah, which now that the squadrons are in the air, I have to send them. Where am I going to send them? Yeah, that Donskoy is actually pretty much the best target now that I have made a mistake. And you see that I'm going to turn around here because I noticed that I have two cruisers in front of me. They're hunting our poor CV, so I'm going to face them because one battleship against two tier 8 cruisers, sorry, a tier 9 and a tier 8 cruisers, what could possibly go wrong, right? Especially with my guns that hit like a truck. So yeah, this is probably going to be fun provided I can actually hit them. So yeah. Let's get a little bit aggressive, let us use our hit points and let us take an aggressive position in the middle of the map and capture the center of the map because we really need it at this stage. So it's only 1 minute 20, but I'm afraid that our CV is not going to last very long. So yeah, oh, that Donskoy, you are showing me such a nice broadside, thank you very much my friend, and just look at that. So yeah, look at all of the Delaware. So yeah, look at the positioning here. I'm exactly where I want to be against those two cruisers at the range where I want to be changing course to avoid the torpedoes of the Shimanto that are inevitably coming my way and making sure that he goes back to port. There you go, fantastic. 41 seconds, we are losing by a margin of 5 points, and unfortunately, yeah, just having the central cap should get us there, but yeah, 108,000, I need a little bit more to get a world record, so luckily for me, I'm in an ideal range to be using my secondaries. I do not get any fire on that, but I've been a little bit unlucky in that battle with the plane, so that's too bad because it could have been a much higher damage game, but it's alright, we do have 10 seconds, we're leading now to finish that Donskoy and get ourselves a nice damage, and look at what's going to happen, bam. So yeah, 137,000 damage. Hope you enjoyed that gameplay, showed you a couple of interesting things about how to play the Delaware, how to manage your squadrons. We're a bit unlucky this time, but there you go. At least I could manage to show you what that thing is like when you are playing it with a CV, a good CV on your team. It can be a lot of fun as well. So there you go, Delaware, 4 stars out of 5 for me. And yeah, got a clear skies as well in this game, so yeah, we did quite well actually. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed it, and in the next time we will be taking a look at the Tier 10 Louisiana. So stay tuned.